I absolutely just loved watching the making of this. I was crying, honestly. It seems like you had so many hills and valleys emotionally doing this. What was that journey like for you taking on this project, knowing the risk involved on a personal level as well and financial level? What was that journey like for you?
The journey of making the original was frightening. I've said before, it was like skiing down an icy slope at night, blindfolded. But she believed in it, and I believe in her. But I also, I wanted to spread my wings and protect her a little bit. I get nervous because it's so personal and it's so easy to attack this. And I didn't know quite what it was, and I knew at some point I wanted to sell it. So along with Benny Medina and her agent, Kevin Huvane, we had to figure out a way to sell it because she was financing it. So I became, usually when we do projects, I sort of work on script. In this case, I just was the person who was saying no to locations and no to setups and no, it was her money. And, I think I'm very touched by Ben Affleck, by his generosity. This was not something he wanted to do or he had to do. He wasn't compelled to do it. So his generosity of spirit and his smartness to document how hard it was a bit of a gift, because I think it really contextualizes how we were all flying blind.
It drew me
And
in such a deep way, which was so
yeah, well, it
impactful.
reminds you, that you should, if you've got a burning desire to do something, you should do it, to believe in yourself,
It was a very spiritual essence because I felt like when you need to do something, she went with intuition. She went with that feeling of having it done no matter what. And in this business we're in, so many eyeballs are on you all the time. And you've done so many wonderful things in your career.
Thank
What
you.
what did you come away with on a personal note?
It's funny because I have a book coming out next year. And I was, it's salacious and it's fictional. And it's like Valley of the Dolls time, right? But it's like Hollywood in the 80s is what it's about. And I'm scared out of my mind. But when you believe in yourself, you do it. And you don't let fear stop you. So what did it teach me? That's what it taught me.
It drew me in such a personal way. And I think it's so timely right now for both men and women to see this kind of project. What would you hope that men would take away and women would take away from this journey?
Love yourself. Stop being so hard on yourself. This isn't about, the greatest love story never told is about a woman rediscovering her love of self, abandoning herself, walking into the wall and blaming the wall. The lesson here is learn to love yourself, because then maybe you'll find that flower, right? In her case, she had a lot to work through, a lot. And while this is certainly not a biopic, it is about her journey. So many people have told that story. She felt compelled to tell it.
And it's a story we all need. There were so many beautiful scenes and moments. What was the most challenging scene to shoot? I thought the mud was incredibly crazy, but there were
I
so
love
many things.
that.
I'm going,
Is
wait,
this
what?
mud okay? No.
And it has to be the right kind of mud.
That's not the mud I want. I don't, what was everything, the timeline, getting the dancers, the costumes. How do we do it on this budget? How do we get rehearsal? What time are we rehearsing? How can we do it on a budget? It was the budget. The budget was so difficult and the dreams were so big that how do they collide? It was hard. When I watch it, I remember how frightening it was. And yet we were all driven to complete it. And then you had a strike looming, so we had to finish it before the writer's strike. It was just nuts. It was nuts.
Well, what I think I really loved a lot was the bond that was created. I mean, having friends that back you up, not just somebody who works with you and manages you, but to have that trust, it is so difficult today. And I commend you for
Thank
sharing
you.
that with us, because it really would inspire a lot of people to be more
Oh,
like
thanks.
that.
Thanks, Joy. Yeah, I mean, that's a very real scene when she was in the gym and she was crying and I got on that stupid machine. Um, um, it's a real scene. She couldn't be with Ben at his premiere. And what am I doing? Am I enough? Is this enough? Why am I pursuing this? It was very real. I mean, it's funny. Somebody said to me, didn't you notice the camera was there when you were trying to put your feet in there? I said, I didn't even, all I could think about is my friend was crying.
And I think that's what I love about this, is that it
Yeah.
didn't feel invasive. You know, it felt like you invited us to be there with this
Yeah,
journey,
it
and
was
it
a
was
bit of a fly
authentic.
on the wall. It was a bit of a fly on the wall, especially because we were documenting everything just to have it. So it never dawned on me that it would see the light of day. And I protested vigorously initially when I saw it, but whatever. I lost that argument. Um, but yeah, it does speak to our friendship and our partnership and the belief, it's the last line of the original, never give up, Joe.
Mm. I know you
So
probably mentioned it before, but how would you describe the three words for this journey? What would the three words be that you would pen for this?
never give up. It would be four words. Never give up, Joe. It's the last
Yeah.
line of the original, and I just love it. Never give up. The
Well,
universe has you all along, Joy. We just have to remember that.
and you had my favorite people. I love my guru, and I love Neil deGrasse. I mean, I just absolutely just enjoyed this so much. And there were
Oh,
moments that took me
great.
back. And I
Thank
just say,
you.
you did a fabulous job.
Thank
I'll
you.
watch it again.
I will tell Jennifer. Thank you so much.
Fabulous. And I have so much respect for all of you and what you did. And again, congratulations. And
Thank you.
let's get everybody watching this and being
Let's
empowered.
do it, Rich
And
Girl Network TV.
when is your book coming out?
Oh, not until next year. You'll
Oh,
hear
next year.
about
You've
it.
got a
Yeah,
while. Okay,
yeah,
I'll
yeah,
be
yeah.
watching for that. Thank you
That
so
that one's
much.
called Climbing in Heels. Yes.
Oh, no, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
Okay.
in. All right,
All
thank you
right.
so much
Thanks,
and have a
Joy.
blessed day. Thank you so
Bye bye.
much.